Adam's friend. Hey, a guten Yom Tov. Sitting here in the sukkah, we're getting ready for the holiday of Simchas Torah. Today itself is a very special day. Hoshana Rabbah is a Yom Tov. We actually have a meal today because today in the morning we went to services and we said the most beautiful prayers, literally similar to Yom Kippur, where we ask God to finally seal our fate for good. Because tradition has that on Hoshana Rabbah, after all the holidays, is when God seals the fate for the coming year. And we ask God in our prayer that He should remove the mechitzas barzel, the separation of iron that separates our heart from godliness. We should be more spiritual, more holy. We should have a good year, a sweet year. And then we get ready for the two greatest celebration days in the Jewish calendar, Simchat Torah. Mark Twain once remarked that you can't cross the street without noticing the impact the Jewish people have had on this world. And the impact comes from the greatest gift God gave mankind, which is the Torah. And today, tonight, and tomorrow, and Saturday night and Sunday, we celebrate Simchas Torah. Simchas Torah is when we celebrate the gift that God gave every Jew, the Torah. You know, we have the Ushpizin that we speak about all holiday. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. And we go on to all the great sages, 7 of them. But then we have what we call the Chassidish Ushpizin. The Chassidish Ushpizin is the Chabad Rebbe's, and every day one visits us. But on Simchas Torah, the Ushpizin is our dear Rebbe, the Lubavitcher Rebbe of blessed memory. And why is the Rebbe's connection so strong to Simchas Torah? And the answer is because you look around society and you see people who speak about intellect and wisdom and what you've accomplished. And you look around in the scholarly world, even with the Torah, and you see people that have studied, that have written books. They're so great. But then there's the idea that the Torah is part of our DNA. And that doesn't make a difference how smart you are, how great your IQ you are, which class you sit in, or how much you were able to study. A Jew has the Torah in their DNA. And that's why on Saturday night when we're going to dance with the Torah, on Simchas Torah, we're going to celebrate not the reading of the Torah. We're going to dance with the Torah closed. Because we say, Torah tziva lanu Moshe morasha kilat Yaakov. The Torah is an inheritance of every single Jew. And this was the Rebbe's greatest passion, to include and unite every Jew, to let them and make sure that they know and they remember that their DNA is Torah, that their inheritance is the Torah. They own it as much as the greatest scholar. They own it as much as the one who studies and has studied the whole Talmud or written books. It's every Jew's Torah, and we embrace it. And on Simchas Torah, we become the feet of the Torah by dancing with it. The rabbis tell us, the Baal Shem Tov, the founder of the Chassidic movement, used to say that every single morning when the angels in heaven wake up, they make a crown to God from all the prayers of the Jews. But on Simchas Torah, they come. And you know what they make a crown for God with? With the heels that break off from the dancing of a Jew, from the exuberant joy that we are Jewish. Ashreinu matoyiv chalkeinu. How lucky are we that God gave us the Torah? How lucky are we that God chose us to keep the mitzvot? Yes, it's not easy. Responsibility comes, joy and good things come with responsibility. And God gave each and every one of us the Torah. And I always say, imagine if instead of us thinking that we have to be in Shul the whole Yom Kippur, we came on Simchas Torah to dance. Imagine how much more connected Jews would be if not only they were in Shul when they were fasting and they were hungry and the rabbi didn't stop speaking, but they'd be in Shul to eat chopped liver and to eat rib steaks and to eat chicken and to eat cholent and to dance with single malt and to celebrate the greatest gift that God has given us. I want to just finish with one story that always makes me think. And this is the story of the one chassid. Back in the old day, the Moshke, they would have inns, and if they didn't pay the Poritz, who was the owner of the properties in Ukraine, in Russia would, what happens if it was a bad winter and no one came to buy vodka or no one came to the inn? Then they would accumulate debt, and the pirates, sometimes would Nebuch throw them into the dungeon. And it happened this one story of this father of a wife and children who was thrown into the dungeon by the pirates because he didn't keep his part and pay his rent. And Erev Yom Kippur, this is when it happens. And one of the greatest Hasidic masters hears that Erev Yom Kippur, this guy's going to be in the dungeon. So he goes to collect money, and he ends up in an inn. And there's these rich people sitting there, and they see this Hasidic guy come in. They say, "What do you want?" He said, "I'm trying to collect money. I need to collect 1,000 ruble to bring this guy out of prison." It was 10,000 ruble. And they start laughing. They say, "We're going to play a game on this rabbi." They knew the night was Yom Kippur. They say, "You know what? If you finish a full cup of vodka, we'll give you 100 ruble." So he does it. He has a choice. They fill him up a full cup of vodka, and he downs it in a minute. And they give him 100 ruble, but he needs more. He's short. He needs 1,000 ruble. And basically, they keep on telling him, "Take another one, another one." He stumbles out, drunk, with the 1,000 ruble. He runs to the pirates. He pays him the $1,000, 1,000 rubles, with 10,000 rubles. He gets the Jew out of prison and home to his family before Yom Kippur. Meanwhile, the chassid Reb Hillel is so drunk, but he knows he has to go to shul. He shows up in shul. The shul is packed with chassidim. The Alter Rebbe, the founder of the Chabad movement, is up in the front. They're ready for Kol Nidre. The shul is so solemn, they're so serious. And here he comes in. He's stone drunk. And he goes to the ark. And he sees the ark is open. And all the Torahs are out. And he thinks it's Simchas Torah. And he starts saying, "Ata Harei Saladas, Ki Hashem Hu Elokim, Einoid Milvadoi." That's the verse that we say before we start Hakafot. And the Chassidim are aghast. On the most serious, solemn night of the year, this guy is drunk and singing Ata Harei. And they try to grab him away. And the Alter Rebbe instructs no one should touch him. And the Alter Rebbe says, with what he just did in bringing a Jew out of prison in time for Yom Kippur, he doesn't need Kol Nidre. He's already holding on Simchas Torah. You see, because the holidays are a ladder. Rosh Hashanah comes first, and then Yom Kippur. But the pinnacle is when a Jew dances with the Torah. And Reb Hillel, with the sacrifice he did to bring this Jew out of prison, was already past Yom Kippur. He was holding by Simchas Torah. My friends, tomorrow night is Simchas Torah. Tomorrow we say Yizkor and Shul. Service is at 10:30. But tomorrow night is Simchas Torah. There's no greater joy and celebration than dancing with the Torah. Come join us. We'll have services at 6:30. Festivities start at 7. There will be delicious food and farbaisin and machayims. And then we'll be dancing in the streets, rain or shine. Chevra, may God bless each and every one of you to internalize the greatest gift that God gave you and us, and embrace it, and hug it, and love it. Chag Sameach, and may we always have reason to celebrate.